Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is daily analytical report where I will tell you what's going on the markets and we'll look for decent trading occasions. So let's start obviously with the calendar. Currently I'm based in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, where we do have where they have quite a big Chinese community, and my many friends are Chinese, and now they are celebrating Chinese New Year. So if we have any Chinese folks here, well, happy New Year for you, for everybody. I hope that you will have a great time with us trading on the markets, and you will see some nice profits in this new year. What are we expecting today? Let me change the filters first. As you can see, on Friday we are waiting for retail sales in 28 minutes, retail sales from UK, and that's actually it. Obviously, as always on Fridays, we need to check the calendar for the next week. Because if you want to open something or you want to keep your position open for the next week, you need to know what's going to happen in the next week. So Monday usually it's very quiet. Usually we do have data from Japan about, you can see trade balance from Japan. On Tuesday, meeting minutes from Reserve Bank of Australia, retail sales from UK. What we will have also industrial production from Switzerland, so important data for Swiss franc. But that's it. On Wednesday, non-monetary policy ECB meeting, and PMIs from Eurozone, PMIs from US as well. So Wednesday, February 21st, PMIs day. Thursday, retail sales from Canada, IFO from Germany, GDP from UK, and on Friday, GDP from Germany. So next week will be very, very quiet if we compare that to the current week or 2 weeks before. The next week will be very quiet. Probably market, well, we have two options. Or market will focus on politics, geopolitics, or we will have a quiet week and market will take signals from the technical analysis, from the technical trading, or we'll just naturally follow trends, which will be a great option for trend followers, for technical analysis, but those who go with the trend, not against. We'll see what is going to happen, but we shouldn't expect it. We don't have any fireworks in the calendar in terms of the macro data in the next week. Let's start with the technical analysis of the chart. This is American dollar to Japanese yen, and today we made new lows. That's a pretty strong downswing. Luckily, we were telling you about this downswing on Tuesday when the price was breaking this horizontal support. Now the breakout of this horizontal support triggers a sell signal here. So let's say you waited for the candlestick to close here. Now you would have 200 pips profit, which is pretty good result if you ask me. Well, now entering with a short position is I think it's a bit too risky. Because of the risk to reward ratio, right? Well, at least that's my approach, that's my strategy. I like when I go short, I try to trade as close as possible to the resistances. Here, resistance is very far. So I don't know really where you should place a stop loss order here, so it's not a trade for me. Obviously, after the breakout of this support, long-term signal is negative. But there's actually a big chance for a reversal here, for a bullish reversal. And I wouldn't like to be on this market with a short position if that reversal happen, because this reversal can be strong, and actually this reversal bullish upswing can have like 150 pips. We can, from here we can aim the downtrend line, and it still would be a downtrend, right? It would be like that and that. So my style of trading is to wait for this upswing, contact with a resistance, then a bearish candlestick, and then I can enter with a short position here. Long story short, guys, American dollar to Japanese yen, there is a sell signal, there is a negative sentiment here, but not necessarily there is a great trading opportunity here, because what we are missing here is good risk to reward ratio. In other words, we do not have good risk to reward ratio here. Gold. That was beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't have position on gold. I had a position on gold and it was closed here. Can you imagine that? I will show you that on a live trading session, which will start in 1 hour or in 52 minutes. I will show you this position. It was closed with a profit of $300. But if this spike didn't close my position here, I would be on profit like 2,000 euros or even more. Well, I have 3 other positions which are doing pretty well, so they are helping me with to keep my mood good. They keep me well, but it would be nice to have a long position here on gold. Well, I'm just happy because I knew the gold will be stronger. Even we had an interview for Bloomberg recently, last Thursday, and on this interview I was saying that we should have a decline to 1,300. Actually, we stopped on 1,307, and from this point we should see a further upswing, which is happening. So the gold is on the highest levels since the 25th of January. And that being said, there is a buy position on gold. Here is a little bit better, because here we do have a sideways trend, we have a small correction, so actually if you buy here, stop loss can be below this correction, right? On American dollar to Japanese yen, it's hard to spot such an area with a correction, because that's a directional drop, very strong downswing, so there is no place, no clear place where you could put a stop loss order. S&P 500, look at that. V-shaped reversal, again, they do that. That's how they play in United States. And if they play like that in United States, the rest of the world follows that. So how they play? They play with V-shaped reversals. So there is a strong drop, whatever reason, right? Volatility, China, Greece, whatever, you name it. Korea, North Korea, yeah, Bitcoin, everything can can start a drop, a significant drop on American indexes, and then there is a bounce. Well, first a shake off, scared investors are escaping from their positions, then smart money are buying cheaper stocks, making new all-time highs. This is how Americans do that for a long time. So no one, absolutely no one should be should be surprised, because that was expected. So if you are surprised with what Americans did, well, I advise you to look at the history of American indexes and in the past few months, and you wouldn't be surprised anymore. You will not be surprised anymore. FTSE the same. They don't have. They're not so strong as Americans, right? Because if we would put this chart to the American one, we should be around here. We are now on the first local resistance here. Once we will break this area around 7,300 points, we should see a further upswing towards 7,600 points. Dollar index, new long-term lows. I would say that's enough said. New long-term lows on dollar index. So a major sell signal. Confirmation of a negative sentiment towards the American dollar. Euro dollar. We started this upswing in the middle of December. A recent upwave started in the 9th of February, and now what we're having. We had a top 25th of January, we had a top on 2nd of February. We had another top yesterday, and after that the price decided to break that resistance around 125.10, 125.20, and after the breakout, actually it happened during the Asian session, we still need to see confirmation during the European session, but the confirmation is happening right here, right now, because Europe already started trading, and as you can see in Europe, this resistance was tested as a support. This is a legitimate confirmation. So we got a test of this level as a support. Test is so far positive, so the price is bouncing, and after this we should see new long-term highs on euro dollar. Now Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. We tried once to go up with this inverse head and shoulder formation. Left shoulder, head and a right shoulder. The price broke the neckline, well, but it wasn't so strong. We went higher. Then we came back below this resistance. Left shoulder, head and a right shoulder. We broke this resistance and we went higher again. So we tried with a big inverse head and shoulder formation. Now we have a small inverse head and shoulder formation. Left shoulder, head and right shoulder. Breakout of the neckline triggers us a buy signal. Where is the target? Target of this formation is here. We won't be bothered to check the distance between the neckline and the bottom of the head, because it's not always relevant. I would say it's never relevant. But what is the target? Target is here. That's 1. That's parity. And it's not only a psychological barrier, but it's also a top from the end of January, right? So the price respected this level. And we have a high chances to test the parity again soon. Maybe not this week, but next week, yeah, next week is probable. Now Bitcoin, which is having a bullish correction. We bounced from $6,000 for one Bitcoin, and I thought that we're gonna almost double the value because I was thinking of a resistance in $11,000, which is this yellow area, yellow line. But we stopped on a first psychological barrier, $10,000 for Bitcoin, as this red area here. For now, it seems like a legitimate resistance. Yellow one would be better because along with the horizontal one we do have a dynamic, so we do have a long-term upper line of the channel down formation. And that would be a nice sell signal if we would see a bearish price action here, but okay, fair enough. They can have a bounce here. A breakout of the lower line of the wedge won't be significant enough. I would say that sell signal will be created once the price will get below $8,700. As long as we stay above $8,700 for one Bitcoin, they still have chances to test 11. Right, so as long as we stay above the green area, there is a positive sentiment, short-term positive sentiment. As long as they stay below yellow area, there is a long-term negative sentiment. It's a bit complicated, but I tell you how it is from the technical point of view. And there's a difference in time frames. If you're a short-term investor or long-term, or a swing trader, for example, so a mid-term, it's all relevant. It's all important. And what's your horizon? Where do you look with your investment? If you want to buy Bitcoin for 5 hours, 5 days, or 5 weeks, in those cases you do have different trading signals. That's how it is in trading. New Zealand dollar to American dollar beat those highs, so actually we can remove the Fibonacci's. We will have to use new Fibonacci's once we will have a new top. That's not the prettiest situation on the record. I don't like it actually, because since August 2016, actually in the long term we do have a boring sideways trend. For me there is no trading signal here. I wouldn't buy it on such high levels. Well, you can say that, okay, you were showing euro dollar on high levels and you said that it's a kind of a buy signal there. Yeah, but the situation is a bit different. It's a bit better on New Zealand dollar to American dollar than here. Cable. Here we placed this checkpoint where we said that once the price will get to this checkpoint, there is a buy signal. So from this checkpoint, we are now 150 pips higher. How do you like this? Not recommendation, obviously, because we don't give recommendations, we don't give signals. But how do you like this? Our opinion about this that we showed you recently. I think it's quite good. So now, as long as we stay above the green line, horizontal one, not this one. Well, this one too, but it's less relevant. As long as we stay above the green area, the sentiment obviously is positive. And we should see a continuation of this movement. Let's proceed to the next instruments. Euro to British pound. That's what we said for counter traders. Actually, we said that I think yesterday, somewhere here, or 2 days ago, that it's a good occasion for counter traders, right? Because we are in a horizontal, or maybe H4 will be better. Yeah, we are in a horizontal movement here. This is the resistance, blue one, this is the support, green one. And there are strategies to play in a sideways trend where they tell you to short the resistance. So once the price tests the resistance, they tell you to go short. Once the price tests the support, they tell you to go long. There is a logic behind it. I don't want to say no. That's not my style. But in the same time, I'm open for other approaches. That is why I even told you about that, about the possibility to go short in the sideways trend. Because the price met horizontal resistance, and well, we do see a reaction. The price is going lower after meeting this resistance here. Breakout of the blue line, blue area, will trigger a buy signal. Breakout of the green area will trigger a sell signal. Simple as that. WTI. I was hoping for the WTI to drop to 55.10, 0.10 dollars for barrel. They didn't do that, unfortunately. Instead of bouncing from this horizontal support and this, they use this one and this. Less relevant, but well, apparently demand for oil is high. And this now I would like to wait. When was our interview? 8th here. On 8th of February, we said that the price broke this neckline of this head and shoulder formation. We said that in our interview for Bloomberg, and yeah, we had a nice bearish drop. So that was good short-term, mid-term trading opportunity. Now we are above horizontal support, above the upper line of the channel up formation. Support is very clear here, which can be a hint for the traders to place, for example, stop loss order there. I mean below those lows. DAX goes in line, obviously, with FTSE, with S&P 500. Well, DAX is more like FTSE than S&P 500. I think S&P 500 is unique. Imagination of American traders is much higher than imagination of European traders. Apparently we do have much more problems. Like, for example, DAX has problems with strong euro. FTSE has problem with Brexit. Not really, but yeah, that's an excuse. Americans apparently have no problems in terms of trading on stocks. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. The lower line of the descending triangle formation was broken. It was a support. It was broken. Broken support is being tested as a resistance. And it was tested an hour ago. It resulted with a shooting star, which is a nice sell signal, mid-term sell signal, and a confirmation of this head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. As long as we are below the gray line, the sentiment is negative, and we should see the price going lower. American dollar to Canadian dollar. This was the best hammer recently. This one. Drop, breakout of the horizontal support, reversal, test with a hammer of this horizontal resistance and downtrend line. And from this point, the price went just down. Luckily, I do have a short position here. I will show you that in 34 minutes once we'll start our live training session. So make sure you're gonna visit us. You're gonna be with us in 34 minutes. American dollar to Swiss franc, new lows. Situation similar to American dollar to Japanese yen. As you can see, we are making new lows, new lows, new lows. We are heading towards this support. To this support, we do have 100 pips, and chances that we'll get there are very, very high. On Aussie, we don't have a proper trading signal. American dollar to Singaporean dollar. That's just beauty of technical analysis. So broken support, tested as a resistance along with the downtrend line, and now we are aiming uptrend line and a horizontal support. So, well, it is almost certain that we will get there. Obviously, on the market, there are no certain things. No certain things whatsoever, but I cannot imagine price not going there. Really. Like, the price getting there is again, I don't want to say certain, but I would be super surprised. I would be unbelievably surprised if the price didn't get there. I'm not gonna bet on that because, again, I have 2 short positions for American dollar, and also I do have issues with risk to reward ratio here. It's not desirable because stop loss should be here, very high from the current point. Not my type of a trade. Euro to New Zealand dollar, unfortunately no trade here, and Euro to Swiss franc. Well, that's a long-term situation, but in the short term we had this wedge, breakout of the horizontal support and lower line of the wedge, and the sentiment is negative. The sentiment is negative on Euro to Swiss franc. We should see stronger franc, weaker Euro in this pair, but it's not the best trading signal on the record. We do have better trading signals on the market right now. Hopefully you have some of them, you have some of those positions open, because everything goes as planned. As we were telling you on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday for me is not the best day to trade. I usually don't trade on Fridays. Luckily, I do have 3 positions open, so I will be able to tell you something on the live trading session, but I won't open anything for sure. But I will explain you my strategy and why I opened those positions. Not those, not others. And I will try to teach you my strategy as well. So, thank you very much for attending Daily Analytical Report. For more trading occasions, visit our Twitter account and our website, alpari.news.